Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers and Digital Empire Builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show, and today it is Free Game Fridays, man. It's all about you. Ask your questions about marketing, about branding, about business in general, about finances, man. It's going down today. I want to help you guys win, no matter what. Also, comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And let's kick it this morning. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, the ultimate hustler, Cortez Hustle, founder of Thornton Online Marketing, and coming to you live and direct from Thornton Online Marketing Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you are in business and you need help with your marketing, we want to be your marketing service partner. That's right. We bring everything to the table from social media marketing, content marketing strategies, coaching. We do everything that you can think of when it comes to marketing, niche specific websites, SEO, PPC, whatever it is that you need, we got you covered, ladies and gentlemen. So all you got to do is text local biz to 314-730-3999 for a free marketing strategy session. And let me put my ticker tape in here so y'all can see that number scrolling across the bottom. Text local biz to 314-730-3999. You want a free marketing strategy session. Today is Free Game Fridays, man. So I'm loading up the comments with your questions about branding, about marketing, about business, about money, whatever it is you got going on. I see someone, Grand Rising from Minneapolis, in the building. Give me your name, because if you're commenting from the group, for some reason, it is not saying who you are. Also, remember that you guys can give your boys some stars if you guys want to really support the show. I just dropped a link in where you can go buy the stars from Facebook, and then you can bless the show with stars. And that helps me keep this thing going and giving out this free content every single day. A couple other quick announcements. If you know any entrepreneurs who are really doing their thing, I'm not talking about people who are starting playing business and playing around with entrepreneurship. I'm talking about people who are out here getting it, grinding. You can see their efforts. You know that they got satisfied customers. I want to bring them on Inside the Hustle Spotlight. That is a short 5 to 7 minute interview where they get to talk all about their business and what they got going on and how the hustle life is treating them. So tag your favorite entrepreneur in the comments below. Oh, that's Brianna. What's going on from Be Magical Health and Wellness? Hey, Brianna. Tag your favorite entrepreneur and I will reach out, or someone from my team will reach out and get them scheduled, because I'm serious about transforming the idea around entrepreneurship that is not something that should come up in everyday conversation, especially with our children, man. Our children need to know that entrepreneurship is an option. Also, for those of you who are in the St. Louis area, you want to come hang out with your boy next Wednesday. Here's where I'm going to be hanging out at the Black Owned Business Chit Chat over at Trio Banquet Center and Rentals, 2021 Gulfway Street, St. Charles, Missouri, 63301. It's going to be a safe place to have conversations about business, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, and the ugly with no judgment. And we're going to network and we're going to share best practices. This is where you get your boy in an environment like this, man. And I just spill all the tea. I give all the secrets, right? Because I want to see people win so bad. So if you're in the St. Louis area, then definitely comment BOB if you want to meet me there next Wednesday. And then last but not least, man, I want you guys to do me a favor. Go and subscribe to the YouTube channel every night. Well, I keep saying every night, but it's probably not going to be every night. I know I'm going to miss some nights, but as you guys know, I'm building this 7-figure marketing agency from zero. I did my goals and my projections, and I realized that I have about $1,500, $1,600 in monthly recurring revenue. I need that to be $83,000 per month in order for me to have $1 million agency. So y'all literally are watching me grow from 0 to $1 million. But I do a nightly recap on YouTube in the evening. So if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, comment YouTube. I'll make sure you guys get that link so you can catch me on YouTube. And it's just a lot more laid back, chill environment. I might pop on from my living room. I might pop on from the car. I might pop on. I just kind of do my nightly wind down and kind of give you some insights into what I did throughout the day to make this dream a reality. And hopefully it inspires you to go hard and also take time every day to reflect on your wins, your losses, what you did well, what you need to do better. Like, that's important, man. We don't pat ourselves on the back nearly enough. So those are the announcements for the day. Y'all know how we start the show, man. We start every episode with a quote of the day. And today's quote is from the legend Tony Robbins, man. The only reason you don't have what you want is because of the story you keep telling yourself about why you don't have it. Man, when I tell you, God knows how to put the right messages in my heart at the right times. Some of you guys know that I ain't new to this. I started this journey and building online businesses in about 2009, 2010. I got really successful in 2015 and started my online podcasting and video vlogging journey then. So it's been 8 years, right? Going on 8 years of success, way more than 8 years from getting started and learning. And somebody might be saying, well, Cortez, why you don't have a 6-figure business, 7-figure business already? And I now know why I don't. Because the story I kept telling myself about why I didn't have it. Oh, you're not ready yet. Oh, you haven't put in enough time yet. Oh, you just got to keep grinding. No, now is my time. I'm changing the story that's going on inside of my head right now as I'm speaking to you. No, now is my time. It is harvest time. I've sown enough seeds for 7 straight years. I've been sowing seed. Now it's harvest time, right? What are you telling yourself about the things that you really want out of life, about why you don't have them? That's the reason you don't have them. Whatever you're telling yourself over and over, you're rationalizing, you're making excuses, you are just talking yourself out of some amazing things in your life. And it's all based on the conversation that you're having about why you don't have it. Wasn't that I ain't been working hard? It ain't that I ain't been consistent. Oh, I've been the most consistent person on the internet since 2015. Why I don't have it yet? Because I didn't believe I deserved to have it. That's why. That's the only reason. The story that I was telling myself is, oh, you're not ready yet, Cortez. You're not ready for that level of blessings. You're not ready Yeah, that's basically what I've been telling myself for the last 7 years. And I can see God just ready to open the windows and pour out these blessings. And I keep telling him I ain't ready, so he keep closing the window. Oh, he said he's not ready. He said he's not ready. Today, what are you telling yourself about your dreams and goals as it relates to why you don't currently have them? Get clear on two things: what you want, and understand that it's going to be a challenge to get it. Get clear on that and then go after it. Like, it's not going to be easy to build a 7-figure agency from scratch. It's not. I've accepted it. I know I'm going to get knocked down. I know I'm going to get talked about, get beat up, get spat on. Like, all of that stuff is coming because that's what comes with the pursuit of success. Some of us aren't winning because we're actively trying to dodge those things. We're actively trying to not experience those things. No, I'm going to experience those things to the fullest. Every time you decide, and I'm not talking about wish for, I'm not talking about hope for, I'm talking about every time you decide to do something amazing, the universe is in full agreement with you. But let me tell you how the universe agrees with you. The universe agrees with you in two ways. The first way it agrees with you when you make a decision. I'm not talking about you wishing for something. I'm not talking about you hoping for something. I'm talking about you have decided, like I've decided that in 24 months, I'm going to have at least $84,000 per month in monthly recurring revenue from serving businesses in the digital marketing space, right? Period. So I made that decision. So you know what comes with that decision? Two things come with that decision. The first thing that comes with that decision is all the resources that I need to pull it off. Starting with all the resources that's inside of me. God has already put certain things inside of me. It's already there. Then the resources and the connections, the networks, the people, the systems, the tools, the mentors. Now all of that stuff starts to come in alignment because I made a decision. But here's the other thing that the universe agrees with me on. In order for you to be sustained at that level, you got to be stronger. Oh, yeah, this is the part that y'all running from, and this is why y'all not winning. And when I say y'all, I'm talking to me because I'm looking at myself on this screen. This is why, Cortez, you're not winning. Because the universe says, yes, you're going to build a 7-figure agency. I agree with you. I'm going to bring all the people, all the resources, all the systems, all the ideas, everything you need. We're bringing that into alignment. But in order to sustain a 7-figure business, you have to be stronger. And in order for me to make you stronger, I got to put you through some stuff. That part right there is what's holding a lot of people back. They want the next level, but they don't want to go through the stuff to strengthen them to be able to stand at that level. You want the next level, but you don't want to go through the stuff that's going to make sure that when you get to the next level, you're going to be able to stay there. So start telling yourself a different story. Start telling yourself the true story about why you don't already have what it is that you want, so that you can fix that problem. And then it's game on from there. So that is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by our good friends over at Trio Banquet Center and Rentals. I will be in the building for the BOB chat here in St. Louis. It's actually in St. Charles. If you're in this area and you want to meet me there, I would love to meet you guys in person. It's going down next Wednesday, June 8th, 2022, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. It's going to be a networking event. They've got a financial mind coming to share with us some strategies to help entrepreneurs better prepare for retirement. And then we're just going to network. We're going to chill. Queen Crab, I think, is going to be the food vendor. She's going to be in the building with some great seafood options for us. So If you're in the St. Louis area, I would love to come hang out with y'all. I would love for you to come hang out with us over at the Trio Banquet Center next Wednesday, 6 p.m. So today, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about you, or it's supposed to be, but some of y'all are so bougie and scared to ask your questions that you don't ask many questions. But nevertheless, I'm always prepared. So even when you don't ask questions, then we go to our handy dandy checklist of 12 harsh truths that we've got to learn about marketing, right? Online marketing is a game changer for any and every business that embraces it. But just like with everything else, everybody's looking for a shortcut. Everybody's looking for a hack. Everybody's looking for a way to get out of the way, out of the work, right? I want you to put in the comments, man, all work works. We know hard work works, but all work works. All work works. And when you come to the realization that, man, if I just do the work, I'm going to get the benefits. I think for me, and I'm talking to myself, y'all, stop running from the work. All work works. Let's do the friggin' work. All right. So there's 12 harsh truths that you got to understand about marketing. Go ahead and put your questions in the comments. If you got questions about anything, Dr. George Frazier said something that floored me when I had him on my show. He says, everybody should be, right, to be successful in this society, it requires that you are a mile wide and an inch deep on a lot of different subjects, right? So horizontally, you can stretch a mile. That's how many different subjects you are at least an inch deep on. Like, you know a little bit about a lot of different subjects. That puts you in the ability to be a great networker. You can hold a conversation on a lot of different topics, right? And that would have been me for years. But the part that I wasn't, he said, but you also need to be an inch wide and a mile deep on at least one thing. And for me, I made that one thing local business marketing. You got, what do people know you for? Right? He said, be a mile wide and an inch deep on a lot of stuff. But then you got to be an inch wide and a mile deep on at least one thing. One thing is like, you got an inch deep, like my lane when it comes to this marketing, it used to be all over the place. Now it's an inch wide. It's local business marketing. Like, if you're a local business and you're trying to dominate your community, when someone searches for your business or service near me, you want to be the one that comes up first on Google. Like, that's me. That's my lane. I'm going a mile deep in that lane right there. And that was so profound. I had never heard anybody say it like that. And it makes so much sense. Yeah, it's cool to be a little bit of knowledgeable about a lot of different stuff. But you have to decide, when someone hears the name Cortez Hustle, they should think marketing. When someone hears the name Cortez Hustle, they should think social media. They should think online marketing. They should think digital marketing. If not, I'm not doing my job, right? So Mike Tree, what's going on, my friend? He says, time management. How do you switch hats when you have responsibilities outside of business? When is the right time to block off the time for entrepreneurial work? Great question. And we're going to hit that right after we get through 1 minute motivation, because time is flying. I didn't even realize it was 7:21 already. So let's do 1 minute motivation, Mike Tree, and then I'm going to come back to that question. That is a great question that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with. So hopefully I can shed some light on that for you. But if you're new to the Cortez Hustle Show, every day we do a segment called 1 minute motivation. That's where we play a short motivational clip, usually 30 to 60 seconds or so. And I ask you to comment your takeaway. I'm going to give a couple takeaways, and then of course we'll show some love to our sponsor as well. So let's get into 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
In the greatest book of all time, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill states, "Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." He says, "You are the master of your destiny. You can influence, direct, and control your own environment. You can make your life what you want it to be." It's not a magic trick. It's not a new philosophy. Most of you know about it. And if you don't, you should start paying attention, because just about anyone who is great knows about it.
As Robin Sharma said, everything is created twice. First in the mind, and then in reality. There is an energy and power far greater than we can comprehend at play. And we can either use it, live in harmony with it, create with it, or run in fear from it.
Hoo-wee, ladies and gentlemen. What did you hear, man? That to me was flat out amazing. When you think about what life deals out, man, the good, the bad, and the ugly, it's up to you to make a beautiful song with it. It's up to you. It's up to you to make magic with it. Whatever it is that life has dealt you, right? It might not be fair. It might not be right. But at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to make magic with it, whatever that is, right? Some of you guys know my story, my background: neglect, sexual abuse, physical abuse, raised on welfare, like whatever it is that life has dealt you, at the end of the day, right? Makes me think about movie Barbershop, Cedric Entertainer's guy. At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, whatever life has dealt you, it is your responsibility to make a beautiful melody from that, right? And you can do it. I promise you can. Make your life what you want it to be, right? Nipsey Hussle had a line in one of his songs where he talked about being self-made, meaning I design myself. Everybody is responsible for designing themselves. Now, here's the thing. If you don't intentionally and actively design yourself, your environment and everything around you will create you for you. If you're not intentional and you don't design yourself, everything around you will design you for you. And that's what you got to be careful. And most of us are allowing our parents, the media, society to tell us who we are. And it's a constant battle with the real person that you are on the inside, constantly fighting off everything that everybody else says that you should be, when it's a complete opposite a lot of times of who you really are. I spent a lot of time in my life, man, trying to convince the world that I really was who I was pretending to be. And it literally drove me crazy. I lost my mind and had to be hospitalized for weeks. And I thank God now for that experience, because I came out on the other side. And it's kind of like the Bible talks about sending your gold or your precious metals through the fire to burn off the dross, right? That experience literally allowed me to burn away everything, this whole facade that I had created, and come out on the other side as naked as a newborn baby. And I got from that point to decide and be intentional about who Cortez is based on what I say, not based on what society tells me a man should be, what society says a Black man should be. No, based on what my inner knower is saying. Like, this is who you are based on your design, right? It's not easy, but it's necessary. So you got to conceive it, believe it, and then, of course, work for it. And it's evident that you believe is the work, right? I can't say that that I believe that I can build a 7-figure business, and my work, the work that I'm putting in, is the evidence, is the manifestation, it is the proof that I really believe what I said. Because if you believe it and you're not putting in the work to make it happen, then what that really is saying is that you really don't believe it. So you can't conceive and you can't have what you conceive and believe if you do the work. And you will only do the work if you truly believe. If you're not doing the work, then something inside of you does not yet believe. So that is 1 Minute Motivation, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Thornton Online Marketing, premier digital marketing agency for local, small, service-based businesses. We help them fill their calendars without paid advertisement. If you text local biz to 314-730-3999, you can get a free marketing strategy session and a free marketing audit. And we would just want to help you be the best business you can be. So holla at your boy and let's connect. All right, so it's Free Game Fridays, y'all. Do not hesitate to put your questions in. And if we don't have questions, I'll continue with the article on the 12 harsh truths about marketing that no one wants to talk about. So Mike Tree asks a question: time management. How do you switch hats when you have responsibilities outside of business? When is the right time to block off the entrepreneur work? So for me, Mike, I have not got this all the way figured out. I think my wife would agree that I am getting better, right? But I want to talk real quick about balance, because a lot of times people try to superimpose what they define as a balanced life on you as an entrepreneur. Balance is based on the individual. The way that I describe balance when it comes to work-life balance, business work balance, right? Balance is up to the individual. I describe it using the football analogy. We know that in football, you have to have what's called a balanced attack. You can't throw it 100% of the time because the defense knows that you're going to throw it, and they can scheme and plan to stop or shut you down. So you have to be able to run the ball well enough that they respect the run so that they're constantly off balance. Now, here's the thing. Some teams have a balanced attack, means they throw the ball 80% of the time, they run it 20% of the time. You say, wait a minute, Cortez, how is that balance? I thought you said most people think balance is 50-50. No, for that particular team, they are so good at throwing the ball that they almost want to throw it every time, but they run it just enough to where if you keep loading up for the pass, then they hit you with a big run. When it comes to this time management thing, when it comes to this balance thing, you have to sit down and have a conversation with your loved ones and determine together collectively inside your world not considering anybody else, what that balance should look like. Now, when it comes to me blocking off time, one of the reasons I get up so early in the morning is because everybody else is still asleep. I know I can get some real quiet time to get a real work done. So I get my workout in the morning, I get my cold shower, I get a little meditation and gratitude, I get a little journaling in. And the other reason that I do a daily morning show is because a huge part of my brand is content marketing. So to ensure that I do content every day, I force myself to do a daily morning show so that from 4:30 in the morning to 8 a.m., I've probably done more in my business than most people. And that time, my family knows that nothing can go on my schedule. So we have that time blocked, and I know Cortez ain't doing nothing until he does his show. After the show, then we can negotiate on time and things. The other thing I would say is use a calendar. Use a calendar. So when you sit with your family and they say, hey, Mike, I don't care what you do throughout your day, but I need you to be locked in with us from this time to this time. Okay, put that on your calendar so that nobody else can block off that time, or no one else can schedule an appointment, schedule a meeting, and you just make that dead time on your calendar. So you know that set your alerts, set your reminders, so that even yourself, when you're caught up in projects, it's like, nope, I got to shut it down at this time because I'm expected to be locked in and present with my loved ones from this time to this time. I'm expected to do other responsibilities. You can also use that same calendar, Mike, to schedule some of those other activities, right? So if you got other responsibilities outside of the business, then schedule those. Like literally, if my son, when my sons were young, I had 3 athletes, a musician, and one just kind of hung out. He didn't do music or sports, right? So if I was building my business back then the way I am now, then I would literally have their practices, their performances on my business calendar too, so that I can see that I have to work around these important events and milestones and things that I've got to be present with them. So I definitely use a calendar, but sit down and talk to those who share those responsibilities with you and determine what's non-negotiable. And those things that are non-negotiable, you block those out of your business calendar so that you can be present for those things and those moments in time. So great question, man. Don't hesitate to ask your questions, ladies and gentlemen. Business, marketing, branding, finance, whatever you guys think I know, you can ask. And even if you don't think I know it, you probably ask it because I probably know more than what you think I know. Right? So we're talking about marketing in general, right? But there's 12 harsh truths that most small businesses really don't contemplate, or nobody wants to talk about when it comes to marketing. So number one, the first one is online marketing is not a campaign, it's a commitment. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Sometimes we think that I'm just going to push this campaign, I'm going to put this video out, I'm going to put this post out, and my inbox is going to be flooded, my pipeline is going to be flooded, my funnel is going to get flooded. No, it's not a single campaign. It's a commitment to getting your brand in front of the right people. What is your brand? Your brand is your promise. Your brand is your business's personality, right? You got to constantly get that in front of the right people. That is a lifelong commitment of any business. It's not a single campaign, right? Next, social alone does not work. Social alone does not work, meaning all of the social media platforms are moving to something called social commerce. What is social commerce? You've seen it. That is Facebook saying, hey, sell your products right here on Facebook. Why would they say that? Because they don't want people to leave their platform to go to your website and buy something. They appreciate you bringing traffic to their platform, and they want your help to keep the traffic on their platform. So they're saying, hey, we're going to allow you to set up a shop and collect payment right here on Facebook, right here on Instagram, right here on Pinterest. So the people that are on our platform never have to leave our ecosystem, but they can still show their love and support for you by buying your products right here in our platform. But social media alone does not work. Put jail in the comments if you have ever been in Facebook jail. I remember, I don't know if it was 2017, 2018, I was with a network marketing company, and every year around Christmas, they would do this huge promotion. And it was so successful that during that promotion, you could grow your team by anywhere from 10 to 50%. Like you could literally double the size of your team during this promotion. And the way I've always marketed was through video marketing. I would do promotions. I would do presentations online. What's up, Octavia said, yes, I've been in Facebook jail. I would do these presentations online. I would do these interviews with top leaders in our industry online. And I would get a lot of people to join my team and buy our products right from Facebook Lives and things just like what I'm doing now. But I remember, I don't even know what, I do know what happened. I was running a tool that allowed me to stream pre-recorded content as if it was live. And I turned this tool on to stream a video while I was at church. Normally, I'm at church for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Come back, turn the video off, and we're golden. This particular Sunday, we had something to do after church. Time got away from me, forgot that I had this video running, and Facebook didn't like that. So this promotion would last 6 weeks. So in 6 weeks, I could nearly double the size of my team. That meant I would double my revenue, my residual income. Out of the 6 weeks that promotion was going on, I was in Facebook jail probably 4 of those weeks. So when we say social media alone does not work, it's not that social doesn't work. It's just you don't have control of the platform. So I literally struggled those last 2 weeks of promotion to get some momentum going. And I did okay, but being in jail those first 4 weeks of the promotion really hurt me. Really hurt me because I relied too heavily on that alone. And at that time, I wasn't as big on list building as I am today. And I will tell any one of you guys, if you're serious about building your business and you do not have a system that lets you capture someone's name, phone number, email address, and possibly their physical mailing address if you're shipping them products, you're not really building a business. Because the only asset that any business has is their list, their prospect list, and their buyers list. So you got people who raise their hand and they're interested in what you're doing. And then you have people that have actually purchased from you. Both of those lists are powerful. Your buyers list is powerful because it's always easier to sell to someone who has previously bought from you, especially if they were satisfied with their product, right? It's easier to resell than it is to get a new customer. So your buyer's list is important. So all businesses are building a buyer's list if they're selling products. What 90% of businesses are not doing, though, is building a prospect list. People who are remotely interested in what you have to offer. And it's killing your business, especially Black-owned businesses, right? We lost 40% of our businesses during the pandemic. 40% closed down. You know why they closed down? Because they didn't have a way to communicate with their people. Those 40% that shut their doors when the whole country shut down for those 6 weeks, they didn't have a way to send mass communications out to all of their prospects and their customers to say, hey, here's where we are. Hey, we can't open our doors, but we can do a delivery service for you. Hey, we have sanitized everything. We are opening in limited capacities to keep people going. Hey, here's how you can help us keep our doors open. You can pre-order some products from us, and when the doors are open, you can come and pick those up. They didn't have that ability, right? And just like Dr. Claude Anderson says about media in general, he says, because we own less than 1% of all the media, right? When you don't have media, you can't communicate. And when you can't communicate, you can't organize. When you can't organize, you can't mobilize. Those businesses that shut down did not have the ability to communicate. So they couldn't organize. They couldn't organize, so they couldn't mobilize their customer base to help them continue to bring revenue even when the doors were closed. The businesses that did stay open, they had a strong social media following. They had a strong email list. They were able to constantly stay in front of their customers and remind them and keep them abreast of what was going on and how they were making pivots and how their customers could support them. And I know I don't promote my system as much as I should, but we actually have a great, what I call sales opportunity system that literally is your autoresponder. It is your sales funnel. It is your business phone number. It does everything that I'm telling you to do. That's what every business needs. And you can have that for $100 a month, right? It includes all of that. A lot of times you can't even get a funnel builder for $100 a month, let alone one with a business phone number, one with SMS autoresponder, email autoresponder, and everything already connected and pre-configured for you. So social is not, it's a great place, but you still need a home that you call your own. And you need to be focusing on 4 key objectives. Number 1 is building your list. Number 2 is wowing your customer, right? You got to first build the list. Then you got to wow your customers, right? Make them feel good about, the products and the services that that you're building. Then you've got to make them feel part of the community, make them feel like they own the company, right? And then you got to assemble them regularly. Those are 4 objectives, right? Focus on building your list. And when someone buys from you, man, you got to make them be like, wow, you got to over deliver, right? And then you got to make them feel like they're a part of the tribe, make them feel like they own this company, right? Apple is a great example of that. People who have iPhone and Apple products, you would swear that they own the company the way they defend that brand. That's your job. And then you assemble them regularly, right? Events. It's a great way to do that for your customers. So we're talking about marketing tools that nobody wants to really talk about. Next on the list, putting money behind a poor ad does not make it perform better, right? Your reputation is everything in these streets. The Bible talks about your name being more precious than silver and gold. And you guys know this. Let something happen where people question your integrity. You'll spend the rest of your life trying to get that back. Right? That's just how it goes. So your name is valuable. So putting money behind a bad ad is equivalent to you not taking your reputation serious, you not focusing on good customer service, and you're just out just trying to get more and more customers, more and more customers. You're bringing more and more customers into a bad situation so that they're going to continue to spread your bad reputation. Here's a good one. You can't hire everything out. Right? We're talking about marketing and some of the things that we don't like to necessarily talk about in marketing. But yeah, you could hire people to do some of your social media posting for you. But you are the brand. And as much as I can sit with you and learn about how you think and what this brand means to you, you getting in front of a video, saying it out of your own mouth, from your own heart, you engaging and interacting with people on your timeline, it's going to hit different. Sometimes we want to outsource everything. Can't outsource everything. There have to be elements of you in marketing, or it won't feel authentic to the people who know you. You got to be in your marketing, right? You don't want it to feel cold. You want people to feel like, oh yeah, I know that's Cortez. Like when I write certain things and when people see certain colors and certain images and certain phraseologies, they should know that that's me, that represents my brand, right? You can't expect someone else to completely manage your social media and marketing channels without having a piece of you in it. You can hire out design, content, web development, email, and so on, but there must be someone on the inside who knows the secret sauce of your brand. Here's a big one. If your in-person experience is poor, your online brand will suffer. Wait, what? If your in-person experience is poor, your online brand will suffer. Your online brand is a reflection of your in-person experience. If online you look perfect, but customers and employees aren't treated well or the product experience is subpar, then the online community will become the wiser. Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it. Like you putting up this perfect persona of your business online because you can calculate every little thing and every little picture could be touched up and airbrushed and perfect lighting and all of that stuff. But then when people show up and they meet you face to face and you're a jerk in real life, what do you think the first thing they're going to do is? The first thing they're going to do is go online and bash you. So now your online reputation is now taking a hit. If your in-person experience is poor, it will ultimately drag down your online brand. I don't care how many followers you got. I don't care how well curated your post and your content is. If people experience you in person, and it is not the authentic presence that matches what you're putting on social, eventually it's going to catch up. It's going to catch up. That's why I can't be out here stunting like I got it all together. I can't be out here talking like I'm already a 7-figure business. right? Because then when people see me in person, they hang out with me in person. Oh, wait a minute. They see me and my wife in the store using our coupons, right? It hit different. So I'm not trying to be this perfect persona of a business, because that's not the reality. The reality is I'm at the beginning stages of an amazing run. And some of you say, well, Cortez, you've been at it for 7 years, 8 years. Yeah, I'm at the beginning stages of an amazing run. See, we're used to these overnight successes, right? We're used to the Jeff Bezos blowing up and Amazon blowing up. But when you go back to that picture, when he had Amazon airbrushed on a plastic placard hanging up in some crappy office somewhere, probably in some crappy apartment, we don't see a lot of that stuff. So we assume that Amazon just started and it was just a giant when it started. The difference with me is you guys are literally getting to see the behind the scenes stuff, right? If you look at this picture right here, if this is a signed or autographed copy of a picture of a book cover of my man Mike, and you might see that top corner is kind of leaning in, right? Why is it leaning in like that? Because it fell off the wall and the glass broke, so it's up there with no glass. Haven't had the time and the resources to go and put it in a new frame. Right? Like, that's my reality. I don't want y'all to think that you got to have it all together to start something amazing and start documenting the process. People want to see you as you are right now, and they want to cheer for you as you grow. And they want to be able to say that, hey, I remember when Cortez would talk to us every morning from his spare bedroom in his small 3-bedroom house that he rented in Florissant. Now we see the All Amateur Sports Network studios. We see the iHustle Media campus. But I remember him when he just started telling everybody he was building this multi-billion-dollar media conglomerate. People want to be able to say that about you too. And you're denying them the ability to, because you keep telling yourself that when I get it all together, I'm then going to show up and tell people how I got it together. That's what most of us are doing. Right now, wherever you are in your business, you are at least one step ahead of somebody else, and you have something of value to bring to the table. And you can share that on your social media. If I was a second grader, couldn't I tell someone who's getting ready to go into kindergarten what to expect, what to look out for, how to get through it? If I'm a 5th grader, can I talk to the 1st and 2nd graders about what 3rd and 4th grade is going to be like? Some of us have it misconstrued when it comes to what this social media thing really is. You've heard me say that you got to come to grips with the fact that you're in 3 different businesses, and that's not even counting what you sell, your product or your service. You're in a relationship business, you're in a tech business, and you're in a media business / whatever product or service you sell. And the purpose of social media and any media in general is to build relationships. That's why you should be using technology and media to build relationships. And I don't only want to build relationships when I become wealthy, because from all the signs that I see, those are the relationships that get you into trouble. I want to build the relationships with the people who are rocking at the same level that I'm rocking on, and we all grow together. So we can all hold each other accountable. So when someone gets too haughty, we can all point back and say, nah, stop acting like you ain't come from here. Don't forget where you came from. Right? So I want to encourage all of you. You got a story to tell. And the reason, part of the reason that you went through the stuff that you went through wasn't even for you. It was for somebody else. When I look at my history, when I look at my past, I was sexually molested, I was physically abused, I was neglected, all before the age of 7. That not only happened for me, but it happened for somebody else. Somebody else is going to hear this who've been struggling with whether or not they should tell someone they were sexually molested because they're a man. And this society says that a man can't talk about something like that. So they're going to go to the grave burying some stuff on the inside of them that's literally killing them because this false masculinity that we have. So when I tell my story and I give my testimony, that trauma, as tough as it was for me to go through and deal with, it not only happened to me and for me, but it also happened for other people. If I have the courage to tell that story. Y'all got a story to tell, man. All of you. And that story does not belong to you. You hoarding and you holding on to that story like it belongs to you. That story don't belong to you. Think about all the great movies that we've seen that were based on true stories and how they helped us. Think about all of the great movies that we saw that were based on true stories and how they transformed us. Your story does not belong to you. And for the first time in human history, we have a way for your story to be on record, not hearsay. Straight from the horse's mouth. Documented. Living forever. Your words, your emotion, your passion. People can see it. It will live forever. It will not only transform lives today, but 50 years from now, it'll be transforming lives. And that's why you went through whatever it is that you went through and made it out of. The story don't belong to you, man. Stop hoarding it. Oh, crap. It's 8 o'clock. I don't know where that came from, man. Hopefully it's going to bless somebody. Thurman, what's going on, man? I still think we're related, Thurman. I'm a Thornton. I don't know how we're related, but I still think we're related some kind of way, man. So we got to get together and figure that thing out, man. Or are you related to Mitchell Thornton, Will Thornton, Michael Thornton? That's my dad's side of the family. I don't know a lot of the Thorntons, right? But we might be related some kind of way, man. So we need to connect. But nevertheless, man, that's going to do it for us today. I appreciate you guys. Remember, come back on Monday. It's Marketing Mondays. We're continuing our discussion on Dream 100s, how to really build strategic partnerships where you guys can grow together and you guys are serving some of the same people, man. it's going down, man. Also, don't forget to go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. And you guys can catch the nightly recaps as I'm building this 7-figure agency. We're on day number 3. So hopefully you guys are getting value. So I appreciate you guys as always, man. Until I talk to y'all next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.